welcome into
On Time for Mom Time,
where you are right on time. We are your hosts. I am Brittany Pelletz.
And I am Stacie Lopez. We are excited to welcome someone that we have known for a little bit now. She is part of our family here at Nexstar KTAB KRBC. She is a mother to an adult son, which we will talk about. But she also kind of gets up bright and early, way earlier than we do.
Yes, she does.
We will meet her in just a second.
Motherhood isn't perfect, and neither are we. Join us for On Time for Mom Time. Real moms, real talks, getting through it together on KTAB Plus.
We are so excited to have our friend, our colleague, Pam Nolan, in with us for On Time for Mom Time. It was only a matter of time before we had you in here. I know Danny Sims, our colleague, stole you first for Abilene People Podcast, as he often does. But we had to have you on Time for Mom Time because you're a proud mom.
You are a proud mom.
am.
Boy
And
mom.
He is handsome. Do we have
He
pictures of him?
is, we do.
He is
Tell
a
us about your
handsome
son,
young man.
Pam.
Well, Matthew, he is my one and only.
Love the curls.
Yes, he came out looking like, I don't know,
Shirley
Lord
Temple?
Fauntleroy
Oh.
or something. Yeah, there he is. That's high school, yeah.
Oh, is that the yearbook photo?
He was actually at a senior
Look at
program
y'all.
or something.
Yes.
And, he's just the love of my life. I have a picture or a plaque in my room that says, so there is this boy who stole my heart. He calls me Mom.
Mom.
So cute.
Oh, now does that feel like it was yesterday?
With the curls.
Boy, does it. It really does. Yeah. Trying to teach him to throw a snowball.
Oh.
It really does. You know, as cliche as it sounds, and people say it goes like a blink of an eye, and it does.
I know.
Yeah, y'all are going
living
through
through it right
You're
now.
going through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One minute they're holding your hand, the next minute they're asking for the car keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really the first time you living in Abilene now with, not the first time living in Abilene, I said that wrong.
Yes.
You are an ACU grad.
I
The
am.
first time really being away from your son. I mean, y'all are pretty close.
You are absolutely
How
right.
are you doing?
Talk about that dynamic.
You know what? It's real funny. I'll tell you right off the bat. Matt is he's graduated from A&M, and he is currently working at a restaurant called the Yard House. Yay, grad, and he's waiting tables.
That's all right.
He's
making money, Mom.
He's making more money
all that
than a lot of
matters.
his
Yeah,
friends.
no kidding.
Probably.
But just wanted time to figure out what he wanted to do. So what happens is we have figured out that as I'm coming in for the morning show at about 1:30, he's getting off. So I
Oh,
talked to him.
I
I might have
love
worked.
That works nice.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't ask for anything better. And so we talk and we catch up. And of course, it always ends with, well, Mom, I need to get in bed.
I need to go to
So,
bed. You're
yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
I'm just starting my day.
But I love getting caught up with him. And for some reason, at this stage in our relationship, I'm getting more than one word answers.
Oh,
And that's been a
nice.
We have
big
hope.
thing.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So the communication's gotten a lot better. So he wants me, I guess, because we're not around each other and we don't know
You
how
have
what
to
our
make
day's
the
going.
time.
So
And he
we
wants to
get
tell
caught
you
up.
more.
And so I had a couple of friends who said, this is going to be a blessing. And it has. It actually has
A
been.
new
Yeah.
point in your relationship of like
You
making the
bet.
time, devoting it, and spending more time
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, exactly. And
it-
asking the right questions. Because, sometimes I can still trigger him a little bit. Like, are you eating right? Mom?
Mom's never stop mothering.
You
No,
never stop
never,
mothering, you never
ever.
stop
Yeah.
worrying. It's funny
No.
that you brought up the remembering or in the car. I try and maybe this is because we're journalist moms
Asking the questions.
and not accepting yes or no answers
Yes.
and knowing how to direct
Mhm.
the question to get a little bit more
Yeah.
out of them, regardless whether
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are. My youngest is 8,
The
and
funny-
I'm
funny
like, no, we
answers.
don't do yes or no around here. I need
Like,
to
how
know
was your-
something that
What'd
happened
you like at school today?
What-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, psychologists will say, then don't ask them a yes or no question.
Right.
Yeah, you have
I
to
find
reframe
myself,
it.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Which I think, as journalists, we probably are a little bit
more prone to
experienced in asking
That's
questions that don't
exactly
get a
right.
yes or no answer.
Exactly, because we've
Yeah.
experienced it in the field. So it's
Mhm.
more like, so tell me what your favorite thing was today.
That's what I
Yes,
said.
same.
That's what I say to Levi.
What's the best thing
Yeah.
that happened? The
He
worst
says,
thing that happened?
And I'll
riding the
still
bus.
sometimes go, I don't know.
I
know.
So they're clever.
Or what did you have for lunch today?
Well, see, I don't blame them when they are forgetful because I'm like, gosh, I don't even know what I did an hour ago, but yet I'm asking you to tell me what you did the last 8
Yeah.
hours. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you hope they don't return the question. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to talk about, so obviously we touched upon you coming into work at 1:30 in the morning, and that is a schedule that you have done previously.
Yeah, you've been
So
in the
let's
business
talk
for a
about
while.
kind of, the trajectory of like motherhood in the business.
Sure. You want me to take you through it?
Yeah,
do it.
let's
Okay,
go.
let's talk about
We're
it.
ready.
Well, when he was born in Austin, and of course I was anchoring and reporting in Austin,
Mhm.
but within months, I knew that we needed to do something different.
Yeah.
I was going through a divorce, and being on my own with an infant was
Mhm.
not easy. And so suddenly, my mom, my grandmother, friends from Midland, Texas,
Mhm.
were calling saying, "Hey, it was the ABC affiliate wants to talk to you." So went down there, talked to him, took the job, and ended up on the morning show in the beginning, and it just kind of culminated. They would bounce me back
Yeah.
and forth because they'll tell you, "Oh, the 5, 6, and 10 is our cash cow, so we want you down there." So I would go back and forth, but probably the latter years that I was there, and Matt was in elementary school, what we would do, and no, actually, it probably started when he was about 5 or 6, maybe even younger. I was on the morning show, and I
Mhm.
had to drive 20 miles. I mean, I had to go into Odessa for the.
To your
So
show,
what I
yeah.
would do is wake him up. We would grab something he could eat for breakfast.
Mhm.
We'd get in the car. He would drive with me to work. I would put him in the dressing room, and it grew to a point where everybody in the station
Knew
knew
who
to
it
Oh.
was,
be
yeah.
shh, very
'Cause he
quiet.
was
Matt's
asleep.
asleep.
I love
So
Oh,
that.
wow.
yeah, it was one. It takes a village,
It
right?
really does.
Does.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nice to hear that like the station was
Family
allowing of
oriented.
that
They were.
because,
They
Yeah.
were.
modern times and maybe new rules
Oh,
wouldn't
Yeah.
probably fly, but
I
that
hadn't
made
thought of
life
that.
easier on you as a single
Mhm.
Yeah.
mom with a little guy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so after I finished the show, I would go wake him up, and he would take his vitamins and eat his meal. And then I would drive 20 miles to Midland Christian, take him to school, and then drive
Drive
back
back.
and finish up my day. And
Wow.
talking about it, it takes a village. We had tried, the station actually hired nannies. We went through several nannies.
Wow, can you
Albert.
imagine?
They were terrific.
I mean, we're not
Put it on
starting
the
over,
budget,
so
no,
but
Yeah,
babysitters.
yeah. But what was happening is at that time, then they switched me to night side.
Mm.
And so it
Oh,
started that I
Different
would
shift,
wake
yeah.
him, I'd take him to school at, 7:30,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't get to see him
Yeah.
till the
it's
next
really
morning.
hard. There are a
Hard.
lot of
Yeah,
sacrifices in
Yeah.
every profession,
yeah.
and we can relate to your
Mhm.
sacrifices on some
Oh,
You did
account of
that a
having.
while.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
The
never
evening
did the
shift.
morning show as a
Kids.
mom. Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I could do that in my 20s when I could rebound very quickly. So
Oh,
I
isn't that the
kudos to you because I'm like now
No.
one day I'm waking up, before 5 a.m. It's a
We're a done
struggle.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a done deal.
It hurts.
But then evenings, worked out so nicely for a season. But then
Yeah, 'cause they
now,
were
like
little.
my kids, they weren't in after school
They
activities.
need you.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Yeah,
I could
You don't
never
wanna
do
miss it,
evenings
no.
again. I mean, never say never once
Yeah.
my kids were older or something. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm very blessed with the current situation. So
Oh,
it helps
absolutely.
to have nice employers and things. Well,
Yeah.
They were terrific. They
That's
were
good.
terrific. And he went out on a lot of stories with me. I would go and pick
that's
him up
so
from school.
cool.
He the one story that we always tell is it was the Aryan Brotherhood, I think.
Oh.
And
Oh,
and
Girl, you're
there's
brave.
I know.
well, they're so dippy that I think it was the Aryan Circle. So
Okay.
they are so unorganized and goofy that the Aryan Brotherhood doesn't even acknowledge them.
Oh,
So
got you.
we went to this trial, and it was they had huge meth labs everywhere, and so I had to run and pick Matt up and bring him back.
I mean,
And he came into the courtroom with me,
That's a lot to hear.
and the U.S. attorney's here and the defense is here, and so Matt, in a very audible tone, points and says, "Mom, are those the bad guys?" And I thought, "Oh, here we go." And I looked up, and Judge Donnell, the federal judge, was shaking. He
like,
had his
try not to
hand.
laugh.
Yeah, and I thought we
Oh.
were going to
funny.
get kicked up. And Mark Roomberg, I'll never forget, he was the U.S. attorney, turned around in his seat and said, "Yes, they are."
I love that.
But Matt, people got to know Matt. The
Mhm.
bailiffs would watch over him. They
Wow.
would let him
I love that
color
for
while
you.
I was in the courtroom. So I keep saying it, but it was just a village of
Yeah.
just incredible, incredible people. Yeah,
So glad you found that like on your journey throughout the career to be able.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
think that's what's so empowering is like being able to demonstrate one to our
Mhm.
children, but to others about when you're passionate about your career and
You can do
and
both.
obviously you're trying to provide a living for your son as a single mom as
Yeah.
well, but showing that you can do both. And
Can
it's
do both.
it's not
That's
always
true.
easy, and sometimes the circumstances are less than ideal,
Mhm.
but
You
you
bet.
navigate it and
Oh, I would advise any single parent, any single mother, um, develop a family.
Yeah. Whether
yeah,
it's
you
blood
need
or
to.
not.
Yeah,
That's right.
because so much of family, I feel like in adulthood and this phase of my
Mm-hmm.
motherhood, I love my family, but I physically live far away from
Mhm.
That's it.
blood
Yeah,
relatives. I'm grateful my husband's family is here, but you really
yeah.
become family,
That's it. That's
or
it.
just find your community.
That's right. Yeah, find your community. And whether it's in church or maybe you get with a different type of moms group or
Yeah.
something so that
get
you have
connected.
connections
Yeah.
And
and you
support.
have support,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you'll be surprised what happens.
Love it.
Hugely important. We need
All
to take a
right.
quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to do the Mama Hot Seat with Pam. A little bit different than Abilene people, so keep it here.
Motherhood isn't perfect, and neither are we. Join us for On Time for Mom Time. Real moms, real talks, getting through it together on KTAB Plus.
Welcome back to On Time for Mom Time. We have our friend and colleague, Pam Nolan, talking about not only her career as a journalist, but how she navigated that as a single mom
Yeah.
to her very handsome son. And we are really happy to have you here at KTAB and KRBC. You've been a
Yes.
real joy to be around. And
How many months have you been here, by the way? What's it
I
been now?
started June 8th,
I think it was June
but didn't
8th.
really go on the air
Yeah.
until I think the 22nd.
Yeah, and so for those of you who aren't familiar, you got to turn on the TV. She's KTAB's
At 5:30 in the
morning,
morning.
5:30, the start of her broadcasting of the day.
Yeah.
But she's also the noon tab
Tab.
anchor, and yeah, we're just glad to have you in this spot. And
Thrilled to be here.
All right. Well, let's do the Mama Hot Seat.
yes, okay, you have the first question.
Okay.
now.
Do you ever embarrass your son on purpose?
Have you ever? Maybe if it's not,
No.
never.
No, I
Same.
can honestly say I have not. No.
I don't think I ever have on purpose, but it just, even now, Levi will do stuff and I'm like, give me a hug and a kiss. And like, he doesn't do it like he used to. And I'm like, this is not happening. But I don't think I intentionally ever embarrass him. I just
Yes.
am who I am. and
Same,
that
but I
sometimes
have close
happens.
friends, which prompted me to ask this. My best friend Shara from Florida, she is the mom that will like get balloons and like have baby shark for her oldest, and they have this kind of like shared relationship.
Yeah.
Now I have shared that story with Dylan. My daughter, and have said, she's like, oh no, she's like, but we can do it to Brody, her younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll come with you, we'll get the balloons. And I was like, no, I'm gonna leave that to share. It seems, but there are some moms who, or you
Like
see
to
the
do it.
dads too, like that show up playing, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
Song
and I
that-
think you have to have that early on, and it should be
Mhm.
consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
I
They
think
know
that-
to expect it
Yeah,
and
but
look
to just
forward to it
suddenly-
maybe.
yeah.
Be like, oh my God,
I may
mom or
just be
dad.
embarrassing on my own. I need help.
100%. I'm definitely in
Like,
that ball
sorry.
game of like, okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
Oh, yeah.
If your son would describe you in about 3 words, what do you think those words would be?
Oh, wow, that's
That's
hard.
deep. That's-
Oh, yeah, that is deep. Mm. Boy, that's a tough one.
And if
I
do you
don't
want-
know.
we
I
can
think
go
for me,
first, too.
I think both of my kids would say that she is loving. Like, not that my husband isn't. It's just moms and dads.
Nurturing
They're-
and
it's a different vibe. Like,
the mother.
I'm super loving and
What else?
just
What
so-
about 2 more? I made her. I told her
loving.
she had to say 3.
Fun. I mean, I do like to have a lot of
You
fun.
are fun.
And maybe caring, and not just for my own kids, but I mean, they see me
Yes.
bringing other people's kids and just embracing that.
Yes.
that
And those are
motherhood.
good things. I would be happy
Yeah.
if my kids, described me that way. When we had them on the podcast, I think crazy came
Didn't
up.
they say
and
you're
like,
crazy?
Yes, but I was told crazy in a fun
Yeah.
way.
In a
so
fun
You
hopefully,
just
way.
didn't know how to describe it.
yes. And
Well-
I think Dylan said it first. I think both of my children said that.
She's
Yeah,
passionate.
probably
That's what I
said
would say.
Passionate.
Passionate.
Not crazy. We'll change it to passionate.
Yeah, passionate.
yeah.
That's a more positive word. Certainly loving because same like you. I'm so grateful that they still say I love you back
Mhm.
too. That feels so good, and to like embrace and hug. And I don't take those side hugs when they like
No.
come in. I'm like, no,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I need a real hug.
A
Yeah.
real hug. Let's
Yes.
embrace.
Let's
We have to
Yes.
embrace.
Yeah.
Yes. I think he tells me a lot that he thinks I'm strong.
Oh, that's
Strong.
I
that's
love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
You are.
And-
You've been
You
through
are.
a lot.
Oh, it's an adventure. It's a journey. We all have a journey. Or there's seasons. That's what
Mhm.
I told Danny. You have
Yes.
seasons in life. And so if there's a rough season, there's a new season coming.
Coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
you with the wise words.
Well, I have moments. I think I read that somewhere actually. But I think he'd probably say loving and caring,
Those
I
are good
think so.
things. That means we're all
Yeah.
doing a good job if we think our kids would
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that when we're not
Yeah.
around. So.
Especially on the days you have to remind yourself that on the days when it's hard and you're like, I didn't do so well today.
Oh, I know.
I think
yes.
that's another thing. I think every mother, every parent, if you care at all, you're always going to wonder, did I do the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
Did this go well?
Yeah.
Is this the best thing for
Yeah.
them? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we grow from questioning ourselves.
Definitely the reflection,
You bet.
self-reflecting,
You
and
bet.
there's moments to grow.
Yeah.
Like as they're growing, we're growing on our journey of
Mhm.
motherhood. So yes,
Mhm.
learning from like, oh, I could have handled that, done that
Yeah.
better, and there's next time.
Well, aren't you worried about anybody that doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
am.
Yes. No, and kids,
Nobody's perfect.
and
Yeah.
we've talked about this, I think, in other podcasts. Like, I like to point out my mistakes
To my kids. Yeah.
to my kids for sure. I do it probably to a fault and professionally too.
Yeah.
And when maybe nobody noticed and I'm still putting my foot in my mouth, but certainly with the kids, because they can see like adults, mommies, we make
Mhm.
mistakes too. It's
Yeah.
okay. We learn, we
Yeah.
grow.
And they watch you recover. That's
Yeah,
the main thing.
That's a huge
Yeah.
life
That's the
skill
main
to
thing. Yeah.
navigate. Yes.
Yeah, this went wrong, but we're going to
All right.
recover.
So who's more
Yes.
dramatic, you or your son?
Me.
She owns it. She's just like,
yeah, he's so just
Chill?
chill, even
Yeah.
kill. Yeah, in fact, he'll even say sometimes, "Mom, I think you're overreacting."
Like,
has he
never.
said that from a young age too?
He
Or is that a-
started that. I think the first time he said it, he was in elementary school, and I think it had to do with something he was playing football, and I didn't, I was calling it daddy ball, and he said, "Mom, I think you're overreacting." So in other words, I really don't care about this. I don't know why you do.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah.
That's funny. It's
Um,
funny when they say it at elementary school
yeah.
level too. Like big,
Oh.
like,
Big words.
yes.
I know.
Yeah.
So for my oldest son, John Mark Jr., he's definitely the chill one. It's like, where's your emotions?
Yes.
But Levi and I are the exact same, and it's when we're together and we're both being dramatic, and it's like, I don't even know how my
You guys
husband handles
escalate
it.
each
I'm
other
like,
or match each other's
"Ah."
dramaticness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is he so dramatic? And my husband John Mark's like, really?
Yes, I know the apple
Why do you
doesn't
think
fall
he's
far from
dramatic?
the
I'm
tree.
like, I don't
Well,
know,
now,
I
are
don't
you
know.
dramatic? Or are you just
I'm passionate. See,
or
so
are
much-
you
Yeah.
animated?
I'm very animated, and so is Levi.
I'm pretty dramatic, but like to the extreme, but my kids are too. So yes, they are learning that from me, unfortunately. But I'm like dramatic in the opposite, like, okay, whoa, that was not a big deal. Need to tone it down,
Yeah.
or like, you know.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yes.
Remind
Choose,
yourself.
what hill do you really want to die on? That
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Of
You're
course.
dramatic. My husband also is like your son, very chill, mellow, and when he's not, that's when it's concerning.
you
Like,
know
whoa,
there's an
the
issue.
dynamics wrong here.
Yeah.
Justin's worried.
yeah,
and it's
'cause then
like,
you have
actually
to
what's happening.
I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, I got to be the calm one.
yeah.
I didn't sign up for that. No, just kidding.
It's true.
So, okay. What movie or TV show could you watch over and over again?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Matt and I went and saw
Oh.
that one.
So I've never
Um,
seen it, but that is my favorite Disney ride
Yeah.
at
it is a
Disney
good
World.
one.
Oh,
It's such a
yeah.
fun roller coaster ride at Disney. Yes.
I was just thinking about a movie the other day that popped up on Netflix, and I thought, oh, I can't watch that again. I'm going to watch it
Yeah.
again.
Oh,
I can't
well,
remember what it was.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, short-term memory.
But it pops up and you're like,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Guardians,
watch this
because that's a fond memory. Matt and I went there together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
but-
And I was thinking about that
Oh.
today because I was telling
Wednesdays
someone
we
about
wear
the Beat.
pink.
I'm like, Mean Girls, I could quote it. I love it. It's just it's so nostalgic.
That is a good one. I could definitely watch that and have watched that over. I also love, did I say TV show too? Gilmore Girls.
Oh, yeah, that's one that's...
Sucker for Gilmore
But people
Girls.
usually like to watch it in the fall when it starts to get cold.
Same,
and
Yeah.
because
that
it brings you
vibe.
back to Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah,
Or no,
Sleepy
Is
Hollow.
that, yeah.
Oh,
I was like, is that their town?
Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yes.
That's the
love
one that I could
too.
watch over and over
Yes.
because the characters in it are
Yes.
just fabulous. Yeah,
Yeah, those are good ones.
yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot more.
Last
Okay,
one.
Last one.
What's a fashion trend from your youth that you hope never comes back, or maybe that you're hoping does return so you can wear it again?
Hip hugger pants.
Oh,
Ooh, hip huggers. Why did people ever wear
yeah,
those?
the low waist.
Because
and you
right,
have
doesn't
that
it show all the
The
things?
muffin top? Is
Yeah,
that where you're
muffin
going?
top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
know.
not
I'm
sure.
like, after bearing children, we don't need any.
I don't need anything below my waist.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would definitely be one. Mhm.
Although, here's what I'm gonna say: for people who still feel confident wearing them, like you go, girls, because
absolutely.
respect
have the
the
body for it,
process.
you go.
Right, but
And
I'm not going.
really,
I'm not
they
going
really
anytime
are
soon.
in style. I don't know that they've ever left,
Yeah.
but
True.
yeah,
But they're making like a
yeah.
reemergence, I feel. Like,
I definitely, everything comes
Everything
back.
is, yeah.
Everything.
I'm actually loving that to some degree because I'm like, oh, I didn't get rid of that. So,
I still have it.
what about you? A
I
trend
don't
that
know.
like,
I mean, I'm trying to think of what trends the 90s
oh,
trends. but-
parachute pants.
Oh, parachute pants.
Yeah, I could
Like
do
MC
without
Hammer.
those. I think.
Or the gaucho pants. Although they were
Gaucho.
super
Those are
comfy.
so comfortable.
I like
So maybe,
those.
I mean, they don't look the best, but they're so comfy. So
I think they're cute.
I'm all about comfort, so I might wear
Yes.
them again.
You know
There
what
you
I kind
go.
of wish, and maybe it's slowly getting there, is really big, especially at the beginning of my journalism career, and it was probably a little aggressive for on air, but we were doing it as 20-year-olds. The bubble necklaces.
Yes.
Like they were like statements,
have
but
some.
like
Oh,
I
yeah.
have them, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, will my daughter like these?
Mm,
They
maybe
haven't gone.
costume jewelry.
That's a thing, and
Yeah.
for some event or maybe a Halloween costume,
Yeah.
being
Oh,
the
how
90s
funny.
or something. But
A lot of plastic jewelry back then.
yes,
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
also the Was it plastic too? The accordion choker necklace type
yeah.
thing?
The choker necklace
Yeah,
is
is that what it's made out of? Well,
Chokers.
or like
Hmm.
leather or like,
Yeah.
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 Chokers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Has
yeah.
a style.
I mean, I wouldn't, flip out, but yeah, there are a few things I'd rather not see again.
Well,
So,
this was fun. That was the Mama Hot Seat. We need to take
oh,
another break,
okay.
but we still want to chat. We have more things to cover with Pam, so keep it here for more On Time for Mom Time.
Motherhood isn't perfect, and neither are we. Join us for On Time for Mom Time. Real moms, real talks, getting through it together on KTAB Plus.
I have to correct myself just because all of the Gilmore Girls will come, Gilmore
what are
Girls
you
fans will
doing?
come at me. Not Sleepy Hollow, it's Stars Hollow.
Stars Hollow.
Shout out to Steven, our director, who reminded me that I wasn't quite there. And so I love that's the cutest town ever. And
is so fun.
would love to go there. And also he said
Yeah.
that he has already seen out in the wild the gaucho pants making a comeback.
Well, you
Right,
might see
so-
them, not on air, but I'll probably wear
They're-
them. 'Cause they're
Yes,
comfy.
they are comfy.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so before we have to wrap things up here, just want to kind of tie in back our journalism career and being motherhood. How did you notice, or can you pinpoint like a shift when you were covering things as a mom, like the emotional attachment that, after you become a mom, where
Oh, that is such
Yeah.
a great
Yes.
question.
True.
That is a very great
Yeah.
question. Before, I can remember saying to Grace Almondovo, she was our stage or floor manager,
Mhm.
I'm never getting married. I'm never going to have kids. And within a
you
year,
were focused on your career?
I got married, and I was told I couldn't have children.
Okay.
In fact, by the Mayo Clinic, they called us in. 5 doctors were sent, and we just hate to. And 8 months later, I was pregnant. So never say never.
Right.
But it does change you. I mean,
Mhm.
I hate to even admit this, but I could go out on a story. There was a particular story in Midland, Texas, where a woman drowned her 3 kids, and you just do the story and move
Yeah.
on. I have a hard time with that stuff now.
Same.
Yeah.
I have a hard time.
Yeah.
It's because you have that connection,
Yeah.
and just you think about your child.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think about, and I told this story with Danny, uh, Karen Hughes, who was press secretary for George Bush when he was governor, and she followed him to
The White House.
Washington,
Yeah.
but chose not to stay. She wanted to be with her family. But at the end of his speech at 9/11, when at the very end, he said, "Go home and hug your children."
Yeah.
And
We take that to heart.
that
We
was
do.
Karen Hughes. That never got to me until I saw it online not too long ago.
Yeah.
And it really, I was like, Matt, where are you? So,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
it's a
it changes it.
struggle. Like it was hard covering pre-motherhood because these are horrible things that are people's
Mhm.
actual reality that we
Yeah.
often have to share with the community.
Yeah.
And so you almost like as a journalist have to take yourself to a different place. We have
To
a
do it,
professional
yeah.
job to do to share the
You have to
facts
put
and
it somewhere.
Mhm.
put it somewhere else. And so there are times that I think we can all relate to when you're off air, out of this place, that you decompress
it.
and
Yeah,
lose it more
sure.
recently. And
Yeah.
so, and especially as a mom though, like it just is so much more,
It's
Yeah.
a lot to carry.
It brings you
Yeah.
to a whole new
Yeah.
level. And I'm so grateful that I got to have it, because I feel like I was very spoiled and selfish until I had somebody else to think about.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the things that I feel passionate about. Like, us 3 in this room, the other mothers who are under this roof doing similar roles in the community of sharing, like,
Mhm.
we care, we get it, we know, and
Yeah.
we're feeling those feelings too.
Mhm.
And so it's
And people recognize that. Even with
Yeah.
my recent story,
yeah.
You
people all come
bet.
up to me and they're like, just
you
asking me
okay?
about it. Are you okay? Or how's it going? Like, because they know, like,
Which
it's
is
just,
so thoughtful to like
Yeah,
it
take that
is.
into
It's
consideration
wonderful.
because we're all busy in our everyday
Mhm.
and what's going on in our own small
Yeah.
bubble, but we're all part of the
Yeah.
same
yeah, we're all
Yeah.
part of
big
this community.
world.
And when you can get in that community, you realize you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one thing that I'd like to put out there, and it may already be out there, before I left San Antonio, I got into a group, Moms in Prayer,
Yeah.
and these were all women that got together, and you had prayer requests.
Mhm.
You didn't get there to eat, with no snacks or anything. You were
Just prayer.
there, and so you'd have prayer requests, but then we would spend the next hour praying for our college students, college
I love that.
campuses.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I would
really
love to have
powerful to have.
a chapter of that
Well,
here.
there you go.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
if somebody is watching
Moms
this and
in
already may
prayer.
have one.
Yeah.
I'd love to know. I would
Yeah.
love to know.
And this is what we love On Time for Mom Time to be. We want to be like a community
Mhm.
beyond a podcast
Yeah.
on KTAB Plus. We want,
Mhm.
you to share what you know, what we should share with our viewers and
Yeah.
audience so that
Yeah.
these types of things can
Mhm.
grow and
Yeah.
benefit
I'm so
a lot
glad.
of people.
Thank you for letting me mention that because
Yeah.
it was a wonderful
A great
group.
group for you to be part
And
of.
all of
Yeah.
the women, you think someone's life is just all roses,
And then you
and
really hear it.
you find out
Yeah.
it's just how they carry themselves in
Yeah.
their faith and
Mhm.
and with their family.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're almost out of time here, but I did kind of want to like leave this to wherever you wanted to leave us with, your journey of motherhood and whether it's advice or maybe a
Mhm.
fond memory, whatever you want to
Wow.
kind of leave with impact here so that we,
Boy, I just think if we're speaking to mothers out there,
Mhm.
or we're speaking of prospective mothers, or young married couples, whatever stage they're in, um, this is children are just such a gift,
Mhm.
and I never thought that way, but they are the best part of you, and if you can leave this earth, leaving that behind, it's the greatest thing.
feel
It is.
really lucky and fortunate to, there are many people who want to become mothers
Mhm.
and sometimes it's
Mhm.
not easy to get
Get
there
that way.
or it
No.
doesn't ever
And
happen.
and there'll be moments where you want to pull your hair out. Like with
Yeah.
Matt,
That's
I
relatable.
think we spoke.
Mhm.
Matthew was actually 2.5 months premature, and
Mhm.
we almost lost him
Yeah.
once. And he was on a heart and lung monitor, and I had to go right back to work.
Yeah.
That is
And
really difficult.
it was very difficult. And I was having so many pity parties because I would leave the hospital
Mm-hmm.
every night, and there'd be some mother in a
Yeah,
wheelchair
with a-
with her loving husband,
Leaving.
balloons, holding her
And
baby.
you're like, this is
Leaving.
not
And I
what's
was
happening
leaving
for
alone
me.
Yeah.
and not sure if he would be there when I got back. So they're a gift.
I'm
Yeah.
so grateful that, despite the hard beginning, that
Yeah.
it turned out
Mhm.
all right. He's healthy,
it's
doing well,
incredible.
he's thriving in his
Mm-hmm.
new role, and we'll see where he continues to go.
Absolutely.
But one thing I wanted to say was since you mentioned that pity party, I think that is a good reminder that like the saying of it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
motherhood and I'll have a
Yeah.
pity party
Yeah,
if
you
I
wanna
want
cry for a little
to.
bit, that's fine.
Is
Yes.
we're all
I think
entitled.
it's our prerogative.
Yes.
I like
Cue
that.
the Britney Spears song.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
we don't have
yeah.
that ready to go. Anyways, Pam, we do have to wrap things up. You have a
Yeah.
newscast to get ready for. You have a
I
shoot
have
to
an
go
interview,
to.
yep.
I've got to
Yeah.
edit. So
busy.
we are glad to have you here.
Oh,
we will
thank
have
you
you
so
back.
much.
Yes, we will.
So
Love
thanks for
you.
taking time out of your day
Oh,
to
my
expand your
pleasure.
responsibilities.
This is a wonderful effort and program.
I love
I'm
it.
very proud to be a part of it.
Thank
Yeah.
you for being here.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for being here too. We have new episodes for you every week on KTAB Plus. So be on the lookout for what we have in store for you next week. We'll see you then.
See you then.